Actually went in and drew the edges of the pavement for our map, and like literally digitized everything. One other way that if you were in a hurry and you wanted to do that fast and you wanted to not just symbolize it but show this is what I think the actual pavement looks like is to buffer it, right? You can imagine you have this line that goes down in the middle of the road and you could say, now that we know that 33 or feet would be the amount of distance to the edge of the pavement. Actually, no, Barrett found that a lane is like 15 feet wide. So if you had a line going down the center of the road and you buffered it out 15 feet, that's a pretty okay approximation of what the road width would, or the pavement would actually be. So I'll show you the difference between dissolving it and not dissolving it, which is going to be helpful because we'll do a dissolve in a minute. So pavement, road center line. Okay, so there's our center line, goes all around the town. If we do the same tool and do a buffer, we'll do one that's not dissolved first. So the same steps, I'm going to drag the road center lines into the input. Buffers are nice because they only have an input. Sometimes other geoprocessing tools, it gets confusing with the input and the secondary layers, and we'll see that when we do a clip. And we're going to do, I think, 33 feet, like we said. We did 66 because we were on the border before, and we wanted to go all the way out to the edge of the right of way. Oh, no, I'm sorry, 15 feet, because we just want to do out one lane to the right and out one lane to the left. And it's going to draw the buffer around the line. So in this case, we're going to keep it as no dissolve and just see what happens. I gotta name it. And then I would put no dissolve. So like just fully write out in the name of that what happened when you ran the tool. Okay, so you couldn't see it because it was thinner than the symbology we had on, but you can see it's funny. There should be a line there. That is weird. Let's pull in our center lines again. All right, there's our line. I don't know where it went, but so that's the center of the road. Remember, we had it symbolized to look like the pavement, but in this case, we just did the buffer of 15 feet, and now it's basically it's actually a polygon that represents that. So the thing that I wanted to show you was the dissolve or no dissolve. In this case, there wasn't a dissolve, so you get this little area of overlap here where this one's overlapping on the end, this one's overlapping on the end, and that one is too. So if I selected the middle there, it's going to select 3 polygons, right? So which is not ideal for, what we were kind of trying to do, which is represent the roadway. But if we rerun that tool, and I'll show you quickly a way to pull open the last geoprocessing that you just ran. If you go to geoprocessing and then you go to results, you get this nice window over here, and it will tell you all the things that you've run, like on this computer, like forever. So, or within this MXD forever. So you can see the buffer that we just did is going to be this one. There's some information about it. That's what we called the output. And if you double click on that, it will open it exactly as you had it. And we could just change this to dissolve. Instead of none, do all. And then, oh, it's mad because we pulled out those center lines and I put a new one in, so I had to do that. Every time you see a little red X, you got to do something else. The reason it won't let me do this one is because I've already got one named that. So I'm going to name it dissolve instead. And then if I click off of it, that red X goes away. So when you dissolve, you can also pick a field to dissolve on, which we're not going to do. We'll talk about that when we talk about the dissolve tool. But it should be obvious what the difference between a dissolved buffer and a non-dissolved buffer is. So you can see those, now there's no overlap, and there's only one feature for that whole thing. So sometimes the whole town might get included in that one feature because it all got dissolved together. So it's like literally one resulting record because it's all mashed up together. A little bit of a mind pretzel, right? Cool. Well,